Pillars of Eternity continues. Welcome back, everyone. We're back at Deerford Crossing. Unfortunately, the Fog of War bug is basically re-fucked the whole game. So, any section I go to now has all the Fog of War back. Now, granted, I hadn't explored most of this, but I had to redo this part here. The spiders are all back in the cave. The ogre's here. All the monsters and wolves were here. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem. You can see that this is not uncovered. Whether or not it's going to turn into an issue, I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with the fact that they let you, or pretend that Gathbin in the battle with Gathbin hasn't been completed. When I looked online, I noticed that the few other people I found with the same issue, because it really wasn't a whole lot as much as you'd think. So it must not be a super common bug. Unfortunately, I got fucked on it. But they all mentioned that it happened when they were doing the Hermit of Hadrid House main quest. Or at least this was the main quest that they were on when it happened. So it's happening around the same time. It's not going to bother me that much as long as it doesn't break the game. Obviously, I'm getting all the materials and weapons and armors a second time if I need to. But it's frustrating and it fucks with my OCD because I've already gone through all these other places, and I actually traveled to Valewood, and they're all Fog Award again. So hopefully we don't need to revisit too much of the other places.
Bring them down!
Baby worms don't have a chance in hell.
Well? Yes.
A man turns to face you, wiping blood from his estoc. His knit brows betray a moment of confusion, but as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps over his face. The Iron Brand does not meet many travelers this far from the road. What would they be doing out here? An elven man cocks his head at the other. Probably after the dragon egg, same as us, boss. The dwarf curses and spits into the grass. It's a talk question, you dimwit! He tightens his grip on his sword. Everyone knows the road between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits, same as us. So now that our resolve is higher, we have some other resolve actions. We might as well take advantage of it. It's a good thing there's a giant egg nearby. Nothing stirs up my appetite like looting corpses. That doesn't sound good for us. He begins to back away. For once, Ralph, I think you got the right idea. He runs off. He had a stag helm. We already have one, so who cares? Where are you cowards going? He watches Ralph and Norga flee with mounting dismay. He looks back at you. First things first. So we got some of his party to flee. light this mage up because I don't know how strong she is. Elfia? Fuck you up, Elfia.
Lava beyond sea.
She rode for Elfia. Some exceptional shit. Nothing that great. Grimoires are always welcome. Ironbound Grimoire. It's an arduous delay of motion spell. We'll take it. We like having options, don't we, Alof? We're in a position where we can just get spells.
You can trust me.
Alright, so we have a quest to get a dragon egg. The cliff face is blackened and melted like candle wax. There's a small outcropping overhead with what appears to be a crude nest. It looks like a challenging climb. Let's use a grappling hook. You toss the grappling hook over the ledge, holding the attached rope with one hand. The hook lands with a satisfying clang, and you secure the line with a firm tug. You take another look at the cliff. There may be only space for one person on top. That one will go! The rope makes for a quick ascent. You climb to the nest with ease. The nest is surrounded by glowing embers, twigs, and bones litter the area. An egg, the small size of a small keg, or the egg the size of a small keg, is nestled amongst the detritus. It looks heavy and awkward to carry. We'll secure the egg with the rope and lower it. You lower the egg with slow, steady motions. Once the prize has reached the bottom and settled into the dirt, you safely climb down the cliff.
Well?
They're no match for us, that's for sure.
Here's a lesson.
Some forest lurkers. Got all kinds of shit down there, huh? way too close for no reason.
Yes.
Boots of the Long March. These boots bear the rising sun of Erthus, and they were first worn by a foot soldier in St. Radwin's army. The daughter of a poor Volus farmer, she was sickly and frail for all her life, yet such was her devotion to Erthus that when the Red Syrian army marched on the Deerwood, she set off to join them against her family's warnings, traveling all the way to the White March on her own. When she finally arrived at the army's camp, it was said that St. Wadwin himself came out to greet the young woman, blessing her for her courage and endurance. Her boots were branded with the emblem of his army, and she continued to cross the mountains with the troops. She disappeared, however, after the detonation of the Godhammer. Historians and folklorists disagree on whether she died in an explosion, or remained in the Deerwood, or met another fate on her way back to the Red Cirrus, but her boots somehow remained behind. The Erthus' faithful often maintain that she ascended with the god himself at the end of the war, leaving only the shoes that had served her so faithfully. +2 to athletics, +15 max endurance. Got more boots of +1 constitution, though. There you go. You needed some boots.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I still gotta redo the middle of this again.
Here's a lesson to be.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Let's burn this up. Well,
Oh, this is already pushed aside at least. So that's the thing, is it keeps things activated that you've done. If you've had certain speech that you've already exhausted with certain characters, that'll be done as well. Hopefully this doesn't happen a second time. Got some little myconoid sporlings here.
that's it. You can trust me.
Poison!
What is it?
Head back to Deerford and turn in this egg. Get some reward. Towns, of course, do not come with fog of war, so luckily this is not recovered. Done with all the Pride Hollow upgrades. Now all we have is 3 left out of everything. We have the Botanical Garden, the Forum, and the Chapel. Or wait, 4 left. Botanical Garden, Forum, Chapel, and Artificer's Hall. We'll just go with that for now.
Well met, friend.
I found your dragon egg.
Hayla's feathered tits! She claps her hands together, wincing at the pain. How'd you manage that?
I found the nest you spoke of.
Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with a good arm. Amazing, not a single crack. She runs her bandaged hand across the shelf. She hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among her shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients into your hands. Everything you need to brew good, strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy when the kind of scraps you seem to get into. She leans closer. And come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I've got a special price for friends. So we get some copper, we get some experience. Get some reagents. And we get special prices. It's a shame she doesn't sell sapphire.
Yes.
I'm gonna head back to Cadnula. Have a couple people there waiting to talk to us.
Something you want?
My lord, I don't wish to trouble you, but I could use your help in a personal matter.
Very well, let's hear it.
You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. This is harder saying than I thought it'd be. My name is Odinia. I fought in the Saints' War, same as most of my kin. I followed orders, no more, but between one thing and another, I guess I made a reputation for myself. They call me a hero. Every street I walk down, I get a handshake and comments. The dozens, they act like I'm some kind of figurehead for their schemes. The things I've done, I don't get much sleep. The last thing I need is all the attention. All I want is some peace, please. You're the only one I can turn to.
Perhaps my companions here could help you.
How do you mean?
Adder's been through the war. I'm sure he has some good advice.
Can't say I've got much experience being overappreciated by people, but there might be some things we can talk about. Guess that. I think this will help. Thank you, Lord Luglug. You don't know what this means to me.
Wait a minute. I can't use Adder? Fuck that.
Let's see what other options we have. was at her for 5 days. I'm just gonna go to sleep then. Wake up a week later.
Sounds like you could use some rest.
Head out into the woods, you mean? I won't find rest in Defiance Bay. Seems like half my neighbors are in the dozens.
You're welcome to stay here until you're ready to return.
Really? That'd be wonderful, my lord. Just a little time away would be enough. I'm sure of it. Thank you, my lord. Well, I didn't get the prestige point, but... oh well. Name's Neary. Begging your pardon, my lord, but I was hoping we could talk. So it might be I got myself nicked here and there for a few unsavory deeds. My name's on posters all over Defiance Bay now. Makes it harder to walk about freely, if you get me. My thinking is it's time for me to seek out new horizons. Deadfire Archipelago seems nice. Then I'm out of everyone's hair. Only I could use some help getting there. Not that I'm asking you to do this for free, mind. I picked up a couple of things here and there. A fellow I know. Not much good to me if I'm caught.
I can help you escape.
Knew you could, boss. I mean, my lord. What's the plan?
I'll talk to my contacts in House Domina. This is their area of expertise.
Nothing like friends in low places, eh? You won't regret this, Lord Luglug. I owe you. We got the Cape of the Cheat and a Potion of Power out of this. And look, the two emissaries I talked to left, unlike you two peckerwoods. This simple cape is the property of a young gambler who made her living at dice. She played and cheated her way across Deerwood, and she was playing a game with an off-duty soldier at Hell's Gate Citadel when an extra dice clattered out of her sleeve. She fled, and the drunken soldiers at table grabbed their weapons and gave chase. The alarm went up across the citadel, and the gambler dodged the spears and arrows of emerging guards as she made her way to the edge of the island. When she reached the cliff, she skidded to a halt, cast a single glance at the pursuing soldiers, and tumbled into the sea. Half the guards on duty that night tried to claim credit for an arrow or spear that must have knocked her into the water, but when they'd retrieved her cape from the branch that had snagged it, they found that it was whole. Her body was never found. Grants escape 1 per encounter, and all 10 incoming grazes are converted to misses. It's not particularly amazing. I shall pass. Potion of Power. Plus 25 attack speed, 30 max endurance. Make a berserker go more berserker.
As you wish.
Let's go check out Bright Hollow Keep now that we got all the upgrades in there. Hopefully it looks different.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Pretty fountain outside. Nice flowers. Alright, that finally fixed the fucking table.
Place is getting too nice.
Well, that's our
We
fountain.
start having
Cool.
fancy dinner parties, and I don't know if we can still be friends.
Kitchen's all fixed up. My office is looking good. Don't let me forget I gotta take Kana back down to endless path level, whatever.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Stock is very close to his
You must
10th
gather
level.
your party before venturing forth.
I think it's time to head to Cliaban Rilag. The Artificer Hall is complete. We have our prestigious visitor who's giving us +5 prestige and +5 security. I guess during her visit.
This is the place. My big brother's last battle. I wish I could tell you what we're looking for. Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of reign has him buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, all right?
The Morning Circle. Secret society of Animats has been traveling around the Eastern Reach, promising to restore life to lost loved ones. They perform their ritual at clandestine meetings in various cities, never staying in one place for more than a few days. Though some spark of life appears to be restored to the bodies they revive, authorities suspect the group is behind abductions, murders, vivisections, and other ghastly practices that appear to be required by their methods. To make matters worse, those restored to life rapidly decompose or go mad within days of the resurrection. Concerned Animatches and various civic authorities are seeking help in tracking down those responsible. We'll send Mother. Maybe Mother can handle this.
Not much here.
Doesn't seem to be, does it?
Too recent.
+25 defense against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed, and +3 damage reduction against piercing. Rings can feature plain bands or jewels and settings. This one doesn't have a story. She's got that bartender ring. So good against undead. Perfect for a pally. Lord's authority. The Gathman family signet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm good on that ring for now, I suppose. A man stands before you, his face smeared with green and ochre dyes. Hides and furs cover his body, and he holds a spear in one
What
hand.
brings you here?
Back to your village, Estermall. You are lucky the three tusked Stelgar hunt other quarry today.
I go where I wish, dickhead. Stand aside.
The warrior raises his spear. Take another step, and the crows will feast on your entrails.
Prepare for the next life, dog.
Hey, fuck him. He's in my way as far as I'm concerned. That's a shitty cloud. Go to sleep.
I'm ready.
Oh, Eddard.
Hey. Hey.
They got fucked up.
I think I see... No. Never mind. Nothing over here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing.
No need to get riled, boys. We're just passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Eothasian.
How about that? A godless sack of shit. We got a blazing corpse worshiper on our hands.
Actually, they never found the body.
Eddard fumes. He opens his mouth to say something, then closes it. He quickly replaces his frown with a polite smile.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges, didn't we, Pag?
Seamstresses?
Make your cracks now. Got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
This has nothing to do with the gods. Just ignorance.
Doesn't matter who it was for anyway. Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
Bring it on, dickface.
So...
You're ribs.
They were right. That was short work.
Red Syrian standard piece. The tip of some metal object protrudes from the mound of watering river silt. With both hands, you and Ida begin digging in the mud until the object is dislodged. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is steel, semicircular flame, and about the size of your fist. At even points around the semicircle, jagged points jut out like the tongues of a flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's center is a carved silhouette of Royal's plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Raid Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
Dunward Rowe might be able to make something of it.
It's a thought. A lot of people would have touched this. Standard bears a position of honor in those places. But the Red Syrians actually took to fighting for it. What I heard, serious bunch. It's not a lot of to hang our hopes on, but hey, we were lucky enough to find anything at all. So it's back to Defiance Bay then, I guess. Unless we spot my brother's bones lying around on our way out. That took away the conversation icon. This is another way you can get in besides slaughtering the guys on the bridge, which I decided to do. Because fuck them. Through Death's Gate. I made it into the ruins the Acolyte showed me. I may be able to find some indication of what the Laden Key is up to here. Hireling payday! Holy shit, what is that? That's a big old troll. Bigger than me. It's not. Fucked up, I can tell you that much. We'll call them the Rilag Ruins. Thought he was on my side for a minute. This is the other way you could come in, I believe. Black ooze.
That's it!
I understand.
Bring them down!
Oh yeah, you bringing the pain? Alright.
That's not very helpful. Thank
Beyond seek!
Got fireballs for days, baby.
I? Yes. That's not good.
Savages mastered the gates with their arrows and their swords and spears, yearning for conquest and plunder. Their chieftains and warriors feared not vengeance of gods nor the wrath of their enemies. Death would not punish them. Corrupted druid.
What is it? Let's burn this away! Yes. No!
That's it!
Of course.
Get those mushrooms, baby.
So much for you!
Back up off that. That shit hurts. You know that.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment. You should see this.
That connects back to the beginning there.
What? What is it?
Mats. It's basically animated armor. Powered by Adra, I would guess. Oh, new little pet. Tiny animat. And a magical shield. Hungry and always for nations and gold, they were ruthless and fucking fearless, too. Alright, just in time, because I was about to bounce you on out of there. My tiny animat. Whether an experiment or accident, this minute animat seems to function normally despite its size. It blazes with soul energy. Sura's supper plate, stolen from the table of an ogre matron, Sura by Ferran Dosa, after he infiltrated her compound to assassinate her. Sura's supper plate became the assassin's running joke. In the moment of triumph, Ferran pulled the iron plate from under the matron's lifeless head and held it up like a shield. Thinking himself quite clever, he took the plate and several of Sura's eating utensils to a local blacksmith and had the shield fashioned from them. The sharp blades protruding from the front of the shield provide an excellent deterrent against foes at close range, and Ferran took to wielding it regularly until he lost his shield, his arm, and his life to Sura's daughter. It's got 8 deflection plus 4 shield deflection, and it has the retaliation. It's not as good as my other shield. It's better than the larder door, though, so if we move Pelagina or someone else to sword and shield, that might be a possibility. Anyways, we've got my cool little
What is it?
pet there, you can see.
As you wish.
He's looking awesome.
Well?
Must get there through other means, I guess. That shit
Of
looks broken to me.
course.
Arthek, Worthen, Roth.
This...
What is it?
For the Republic!
That's it! What? Arthek!
This thing is...
Indeed.
More fungus. Holy shit. There's quite a bit in there. Let's fling a little fireball, get them all riled up. Immune, baby. Like what I see. Where are you running off to? It's about to be a fucking massacre.
Bring them down! There's a lesson to be taught! That's it!
He's confused.
This thing isn't doing the job. This thing isn't doing the job.
No prisoners!
This thing isn't... This thing isn't doing the job.
Well?
Yes? The work of a moment.
The fungus men are dead. We call those myconoids in D&D world. Oh well, shit me britches.
Lava beyond seek!
As you wish.
You should see this.
He's real close. Like 19 experience close. I can't believe I still haven't found a goddamn sapphire. This is ridiculous. Come on. Alright, we're down here on level 2. Must be splitting the XP because now we're 9 away.
Yes.
A series of pictographs, simple but clear, are carved on the column in this alcove. Figures of men and women with their arms raised are carved into one of the top in the column. Suits of armor in the same pose have been chiseled into the bottom.
Hello, my name is Lug. Anybody home?
You should see this.
Charge!
There's our level. Still level 6 scrolls, so it's not even really worth doing. Getting better survival, better athletics. Drains the target's resolve, intellect, and perception, creating 2 less powerful versions of the effect that jump to nearby enemies when the effect first ends. We'll go with the Torn of Flame, why not? Concentrates the power of blast, negating some of the target's damage reduction. Modifies blast to +5 damage reduction bypass. Yeah, why not? Per encounters. Guys are a couple of Mr. Smarty Pants.
Yes.
Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. See you soon.